Hello, my name is Janessa Oriol, and I am the premier of Imperfectly Awesome. So I am here today to chat about Perfectly Posh's brand new IPP, which is Influencer Pay Plan. It's the new pay plan, friends. It's our new compensation schedule, and I'm really excited about it. So there's a variety of things that are drastically different than any direct sales or multi-level marketing business, and I want to go ahead and highlight some of those features and make sure that you're aware. Now, if you have additional questions, please pop those in the comments because I'll answer those as we receive them. But let me highlight a few things that make this drastically different and what's different from before or from other companies. First off, there are no minimums ever. Ever. Which means that in the old world, there used to be a minimum in terms of you used to need to make sure that you have $300 in sales in the last rolling 6 months, and if not, then you were actually terminated. Not terminated, but you no longer could offer Perfectly Posh. Now, there are no minimums ever, and the reason for that is because the company recognized that people have life hit them, and every now and then you might want to take a break. Or there is a specific set of the population that, for example, if you're a teacher, you may want to offer Posh in the summer, but don't have the ability to offer it the rest of the year. Some do, but for those that don't, this is a great option for you. Also, there's individuals who like to offer it during the seasonal holidays, but maybe not the rest of the year. This is also an option for you. So if you have life hit you, or if you want to work your business seasonally, you can absolutely do that. You never have to meet a minimum again, which is incredible. So once you're with Posh, totally with Posh, there is no reason you will always be able to offer Posh. Ta-da! So that is pretty incredible. The next thing that is really unique to Posh's new IPP is instant commissions. What does that mean? Instant commissions means if you sell a chunk, then you will get paid for that chunk within 2 hours. Now, typically, you actually get paid within about 5 minutes. Every now and then, when we get real busy and we're slinging a ton of soap and lotion, that can go up to 2 hours. However, you make a sale, you get paid instantly. This is so incredible. Even if it's your first day, it's your first day and you join today and you make a sale of a chunk, you will immediately get paid on that chunk. Ta-da! So cool. So if you, for example, if there's a situation where you want to work towards a vacation, you can do that. Very similar to some ride sharing apps and offerings. They will actually always tell you how much they can make in a day, and you can do the same. If you choose to share soap and lotion out and about, you have the ability to do that and sling some of this, right? And then immediately get paid on it, immediately. So cool. Instant commissions are new, they're ready, and they're up and running. Now, what I want to talk about is how you get paid and how this new IPP puts you in control. Yes, you. So you're not necessarily reliant on others to be able to move up to the next rank, so forth and so on. First off, your title and rank is not necessarily relevant, meaning you still have a title, you still have a rank, you can still earn pins and all sorts of recognition and things like that. But I'm here to talk to you about how you can get paid with Posh. So I'm going to start with PV. PV stands for personal volume, also known as sales. Okay? PV. I want to chat through some of the things. PV is your own personal volume. So what you do, right? PV for me is what I do. So I want to chat with, there are certain markings at which you can earn a raise. So for example, if you sell $0 to $99, you get 15% of your sales back. So a chunk is $10, you get $1.50 back if you sell a single chunk, right? However, this dramatically increases as your sales increase. Once you hit $100, I'm looking at a chart on the back here. Once you hit $100, so if you sell 10 of these, right? Not including buy 5, get 1 free, blah, blah, blah. If you sell 10 of these, then you get a raise to 20%. So for every chunk you sell from that point forward, and the ones you already sold, you get 20%. So they essentially make it up, okay? So you sell 10, you get 20%. Once you hit $350 in PV, then you are bumped to 25%. So you sell $350, you automatically get 25% of the $350 in sales and anything going forward until you hit $1,000 in PV. Once you hit $1,000, then it goes to 30%. The next jump or the next raise for the month is $5,000. If you sell $5,000 worth of goodies, 35% is your commission, and at $10,000, it's 40%. Okay, so anywhere from 15%, under $100 in a month, up to 40% if you are slinging some serious soap and lotion. That is your personal volume. We're going to come back to this in a little bit once we talk about unlocking different levels in terms of what you're paid on, okay? So PV for right now is your personal sales, and those sales drive what commissions you make. Now, let's talk about FLV. What is FLV? FLV is your front line volume. That means anyone you've sponsored. So if you've sponsored someone, they are your FL or front line. And if they make a sale, that is their volume, okay? So these are the peeps you bring in, right? So you get paid on your front line volume once you hit 500 in personal volume. So you sell $500 here. This is what I was telling you. Sell $500 here, and suddenly you unlock 10% of what your front line is selling. Pretty cool, right? So you sell $500, and anybody that you've brought in, anybody that's joined, you now get 10% of what they've sold. Pretty awesome. You get paid better now once you hit the $1,000 mark in PV. Ta-da. So once you hit $1,000 here, then you get 15% of this volume. Isn't that simple? It's really cool. Like, really cool. Now they need to hit 5,000. Your front line needs to hit 5,000 for you to get that 15%. So you hit 1,000, they hit 5,000, and you are going to be getting 15% of that 5,000. If you're confused, ask questions. Next up is our SLV. Any guesses what SLV might stand for? Maybe second line volume. Now, this is also where the new pay plan is drastically different than any other company that you've seen before. A lot of other companies, the people that have been around the longest get paid on most of the people that are below them, right? There's no more of that here. This is the last level that you can get paid on in Perfectly Posh. This is a great thing and also a little different. So it's something you have to kind of think of. So your front line is the people that you brought into Posh. Second line is the people they brought into Posh, okay? So second line, you have the ability to get paid on your second line as well, but no deeper than that. So you only get paid 2 levels, which is great. And they do it in a sphere. So when you do $1,000 in PV, getting my charts, when you do $1,000 in PV, you actually get, you unlock 10% payout in your SLV. So 2 lines deep. Right? If you do $2,000 in PV, it unlocks 15% payout once your SLV turns into $15,000. Now, I get that it's a little bit like kind of unclicking the locks, but if you focus on your PV and you focus on getting to the 500 mark, because that's when you start getting paid on your front line, and then you focus on the 1,000 mark, because that's when you get paid a little bit more or have the potential to unlock additional things. And then $2,000 can unlock all the 15% on both your front line and your second line. I understand it's a little tricky, but if you focus here, then you can make sure to then you'll start to understand where your front line and your second line are impacted. So the summary, right, is we have 0 minimums whatsoever. You don't have to worry about making sure that you are active every month or making sure that you hit active, or if you're not active, what's going to happen to your upline or any of that jazz anymore. Essentially, sell what you want. Okay. From there, you are given incentive to sell by getting raises at each level, right? So if you sell $100, you get a raise. If you sell $350, you get a raise. You sell $1,000, you get another raise, and so forth and so on. From there, you also have the ability to look and see those friends that you've invited to share pampering with. Then you have the ability to make 10 to 15% on them, and there are criteria to that. But I encourage you to go ahead and focus on the personal volume first. I wanted to make this as quick and seamless as possible. If you have additional questions, please pop them in the comments and I will answer them as I can. I hope you have an incredible day, and I look forward to chatting with you more about the IPP in the very near future. Thanks so much for joining me.